Today in this video, we are going to evaluate the limits of a piecewise function which contains the trigonometric functions. Always remember, in order to find the limits or graph the functions which contains the trigonometric values, always take the values as 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, means in radians form. And on the other side, you will take all these values with the negative sign. Now, first of all, it is very important to graph the function. So, what you do, the first equation contains sin x. So, you can find out the table, write down the table x and y equal to sin x. According to the conditions, it is written x should be less than 0. So, always start from the figure which is written here, that means 0, and take all the values which are less than 0. That means negative pi by 2, negative pi, negative 3 pi by 2 and negative 2 pi. Now find out, use the calculator to find out the values. Keep your calculator in the radian form. So here, first of all, you have to find out sine of 0. So you will write here sine 0 equal to 0. Now find out sine negative pi by 2. So you will write here sine negative pi by 2 and you will get negative 1. In this way you will find all the values. After that, you have to take the second equation, that means x, and on the other side write y equal to 1 minus cos x. Now here in this question, according to the condition, x is greater than 0 but less than and equal to pi. It means you have to take values from 0 till pi. So you will take 0, pi by 2 and pi. Now same way you will use the calculator to find out the value, that means 1 minus cos 0, it is equal to 0. Then you will write 1 minus cos pi by 2, which will be equal to 1, and after that you will find out 1 minus cos pi, that is equal to 2. Now the last term of the third equation, again make the table, that means x and y equal to cos of x. Here they says take the values which are greater than pi. So you will start from the pi, then 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. Same way you will write here cos pi, that means you will write cos of pi, you will get negative 1. Now you will write cos 3 by pi 2, you will get 0, and cos 2 pi, it is equal to 1. After that, combining all these conditions, just draw the graph. So here 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. And on this side minus pi by 2, minus pi and so on. Here you have 1 and 2. So here negative 1 and negative 2. Now see the first graph, 0 and 0. So you will use 0 and 0 here. Here negative pi by 2 is negative 1. Here negative pi is 0. Negative 3 pi by 2 is 1. And negative 2 pi is again 0. Join them. You all know, according to the condition of the x is less than 0, which means 0 is excluded. It means it is not included. So you will use a hollow point. After this, make the second graph, that means 0 and 0. Pi by 2 is 1 and pi is 2. So you join them. Again, according to the condition, 0 is excluded. So you will not shade this excluded point, whereas the pi is included. So you will just use a solid point. Now the third graph, according to the third graph, pi is negative 1. So pi is negative 1. 3 pi by 2 is 0 and 2 pi is 1. Join them and again look at the condition. The pi is excluded. It means on the pi you will make a excluded value. Now you already have made the graph. Now find out the limits. In order to find the limits, always remember here according to the conditions you have two values, that means 0 and pi, and it means you have to find out the limits at 0 and the pi value. So what you will write? You will write here limit x approaches to, so take another paper better. Here write limit x approaches to 0 from the left side, limit x approaches to 0 from the right side, and limit x approaches to 0 from both sides. Because the first condition given in the question is about 0. Now check the graph. Here is the graph. This is the 0 value. You can see that this line is coming from the left side, whereas this line is coming from the right side, and both of them are meeting at 0. So you can write that the left side is 0, limit from the right side is 0, and hence both of them are 0. You can say that the limit from the both side is 0. So it was the first condition. Now again the second condition means you have to find the values at the pi value. So find the limit when x approaches to pi from the left side. Find the limit when x approaches to pi from the right side, and then from both the sides. So let's see, from the left side this is the pi value. Okay, so on this side the equation means the line coming towards the pi from the left side is equal to 2, whereas the line coming from the right side towards pi is -1. So left is equal to 2 and the right is -1. Since both the limits are not equal, so you can say that the limits from both sides does not exist.